Welcome to this yoga practice for rest and relaxation. It will be a gentle practice today. You will need a bolster or a pillow or something along those lines. A cushion, a pillow, anything that you have to hand will be great. You might also want to grab a blanket, but again, if you don't have any of this to hand, don't worry, they are just for extra comfort. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to start in a supported child's pose. So grabbing your pillow or bolster or whatever you have to hand, and we are just going to place it in the middle of the yoga mat. We're going to come to kneeling and place your pillow just in between your knees as you fold forwards onto your pillow. Really relaxing down here, letting yourself sink into the ground as we prepare for this gentle practice. And as you are relaxing here, maybe gently becoming aware of your breath. There's no need to change anything at this stage, just noticing. And feel free to take any wiggles, any movement you feel like you might need. There is absolutely no expectation to be still. So as we pay attention to the subtleties of the breath, the subtle movements that the breath gives us, pay attention to how your torso expands as you breathe in. And as you exhale, sinking down into your pillow even further. Again, no need to change the breath here. Just paying attention to how it naturally is. There is no right or wrong answer. So as you relax here, I invite you simply to rest. There are so many expectations on us in our day-to-day lives, and for this hour, I invite you to, as best you can, forget them. This is a time for you to slow down and take some time away from everyday life for a little bit. So we're going to be doing a slow, gentle practice. It will mostly be quite close to the floor, quite restorative focused. And I invite you throughout this practice to find what feels good and move in any way that your body needs to, or be still in any way that your body needs to. There is no right or wrong. Just because I am doing one thing does not mean you have to be doing the same. You can return to this child's pose at any point throughout. So taking the last few breaths in this pose as we prepare to rise. And on your next inhale, gently rising up back to kneeling. You can place your pillow to the side, we'll come back to it later. And here you can either stay in a kneeling position or come to a cross-legged position. Either is good, whatever is more comfortable for your knees. And as we are here, we're just going to gently start to rotate the shoulders up, back and down, taking some gentle circles as slowly as we can. Noticing here if the shoulders maybe feel a bit clunky today. Maybe they haven't moved in a while. Really paying attention to what's going on in your body. Okay, reversing the direction, shoulders come back and up, forwards and down. And taking a couple of circles. And as we come into stillness, we're just going to come into a variation of those shoulder circles. So our shoulders are going to come up, back and down, and then they're going to pause. And then reverse the direction, they're going to come back, up and forwards. Pause, reverse the direction. And reverse again. So we're not doing full circles, we're just coming up, back and down, and up, forwards and down. And here you might choose to stay with this movement, or you might choose that it feels good to expand this movement a little bit more. So as your shoulders next come forwards and down, you might choose to tuck your belly in and round the spine, coming into a little cocoon, a little gentle kind of hug, I guess, for yourself. And then as the shoulders come forwards, up and back, really expanding the chest, coming into the full expression of movement. Taking the movement all the way down through the spine. And again, really finding what feels good for you here. If you would prefer to be circling through the spine, take that. One more breath. And then we're going to come into stillness. Again, it doesn't matter if you are cross-legged or kneeling here. We're going to take the right hand to the left knee, left hand all the way around to the back as we come into our first twist. And here it is not a competition about who can twist the furthest. It is simply an opportunity to become aware of what's going on in your body today, of how you feel. And we really want to be kind to our bodies today. We want to be kind to ourselves and not max out to the absolute maximum that we can do. Okay, untwisting, we're going to take it to the other side. So left hand comes to right knee, right hand comes all the way back behind us as we twist. Head's looking out to the side. Maybe you gently lower your gaze, lower the input, or close your eyes completely. And taking one more breath. Untwisting. As we bring our knees up in front of us, our hands are going to come back behind us as we lean back onto them. And our knees are gently going to flop to one side and then the other. Really taking any movement. Maybe one hip lifts slightly off the ground and then the other. Really opening out through the hips. And coming back up into seated. We're going to come all the way through now to our tabletop position. So stacking shoulders over wrists and knees under hips. And here we want a micro bend through the elbows, so the elbows want to be coming slightly out to the sides as we begin to move through our cat-cow. So as we come forwards, chest is going to come forwards and up. As we exhale, rounding the spine all the way back. Inhale, chest comes forwards. Exhale, rounding the spine back and up. Inhaling forwards. And exhaling back. See if you can keep at this pace and just do 2 more. Coming now all the way down, back into your child's pose. And gently letting your forehead fall to the ground. Taking a few breaths here. In amongst movement, we also need stillness. So option here to stay in your child's pose a little bit longer. Stay resting, really take this opportunity to be kind to yourself and not have to do anything, not have to move. Or if you want to come into an extended cat-cow flow, we're going to come all the way up to tabletop position as our heart comes up and forwards. And as we round all the way back, we're going to come all the way back down into our child's pose before our chest comes all the way forwards, dragging along as close to the ground as possible. And our chest comes up. So rounding all the way back to the child's pose. And then coming all the way forwards, just extending this movement really forwards and backwards a little bit more than before. Again, seeing how slow you can make this movement. And after our next flow, next time we're coming back into child's pose, we're going to come up into tabletop and stay in a neutral spine. As our right arm, we're going to shift the weight to our left arm, and the right arm is going to come all the way up to the sky, reaching towards the ceiling. As we exhale, that right arm is going to thread underneath the left arm as the shoulder and head come all the way down to the earth into our thread the needle twist. And we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. So feel free to bring a cushion or a pillow underneath your shoulder and head if that feels more comfortable. closing your eyes if you want to, as we take a few deep breaths here. And next time you inhale, we're going to come back up into our tabletop position. Shifting the weight now to the right hand. Left hand comes all the way up towards the ceiling. And exhale, threading through. Left shoulder and head comes all the way down to the earth. And you might need to shift your pillow around if you do have that there. Taking a few breaths here. And then slowly coming all the way back up to all fours. We're going to shift back into our child's pose. Again, option to stay here or coming back into our extended cat-cow flow. Chest forwards and up, and then coming all the way back into child's pose. And last time we were focusing on really shifting further forwards and backwards. Kind of a little bit wave-like. But if you want to take a movement round to the side, or a little bit more of like an up and down, really follow whatever your body is wanting from you today. If something feels good, do it. Taking this a couple more times, or a few more breaths if you are in child's pose. And then coming to meet all the way down into child's pose. Head comes down to the earth as we take one really long breath in. And long exhale out. Okay, we're all going to come up to all fours here, tucking the toes, sending the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Walking out your dog slowly, one heel coming down and then the other. Keeping that micro bend through the elbows. And again, seeing how slow you can make this movement. And on our next inhale, we are going to walk our feet all the way up to meet the hands at the top of the mat. Coming into our forward fold. And here, feel free to grab the elbows and take a gentle rock from side to side. We want to be folding from the hips here. And then releasing the hands all the way down to the earth. You might need to bend your knees here, and if you can't reach, do not worry. We're going to step the the right leg all the way back, and right knee comes down to the earth. If this is uncomfortable being here, and you need to bring the earth up to you a little bit, you can grab a cushion or a pillow or whatever you have to hand just to bring the earth up to you a little bit. Otherwise, we are going to take a rock forwards and backwards through that front foot. Really exploring movement here. Maybe on the way back the toes rise, and maybe on the way forwards the front heel rises. Just playing around, not being afraid what it looks like, focusing more on how it feels. And if you're struggling to connect with this, that's okay too. It might be easier with your eyes closed. It might not. Really playing with this movement. And as we next come forwards, we're going to plant the whole foot all the way down to the ground, tucking the back toes, lifting the back knee, and stepping the back foot all the way up to meet the front into our forward fold. And here we are going to rise really, really, really slowly all the way up through the spine. Slow as you can. As we get to the top, shoulders are going to come up, back and down, hands down by the side. This is going to be a couple of minutes of standing. It's not going to be long, I promise. But as you stand here, feel free to close your eyes as you connect through your feet to the earth. Really becoming aware of all the parts of the soles of your feet that are in contact with the ground. Feel the support from the earth as it holds you up. And taking a few deep breaths, each exhale sinking slightly further into the ground. Again, not feeling the need to be still here if it doesn't feel right. Taking one more breath. And then gently, we're going to lift one heel and then the other. Gently pedaling out through those feet. And again, finding this playfulness through movement. You can go as fast or as slow as you wish. Really pedaling out those feet. And coming down, bringing both feet down into stillness. Arms are going to come all the way up and over the head. Palms meet at the top of the head. And with our palms together, we're going to slice all the way down the center of the body. Again, really, really slowly. Not rushing any movements. We're going to start folding all the way down back into our forward fold. Hands coming towards the earth. Inhaling all the way back up again, rolling through the spine, really slowly. And as we're at the top, shoulders are going to come up, back and down, and our arms are going to follow this movement all the way through and up towards the sky. Palms meet at the top. Exhaling really slowly, slicing down. the center of the body as we curl forwards really slowly through the spine. Inhaling again, all the way up. Shoulders coming up, back and down as our arms follow the movement all the way forwards and up. Palms meet at the top of our bodies. And just doing this, taking this one more time in your own time. Exhaling down, inhaling up. And as we slice down one more time, coming down one more time, making sure here that you are at the top of the short edge of your mat if you're not already. We're going to bring the hands down to the earth or towards the earth, gently bending the knees and stepping both feet all the way back into plank and lowering all the way down to the ground. Here, where our hands are by the rib cage, we're going to replace the elbows. Coming into our Sphinx pose. Chest is radiating forwards through between our arms. And again, option to be still here or to take any movement that feels good. Taking a few deep breaths. One more long inhale. And long exhale. As we replace our hands where our elbows are. Tucking the toes under and pushing all the way back to downward facing dogs. Hip comes up and back. And again here we are gently, slowly walking out our dog. Keeping a micro bend through the elbows. And slowly walking all the way up the feet to meet the hands at the top of the mat. We're going to take the left leg all the way back. Left knee comes down. As we take the same flow as before, gently playing with the movement through that front foot, lifting the heel and then lifting the toe. Again, bringing the ground up to meet you if that is more comfortable. And here you might feel like playing around with the back leg a little bit as well. As you come forwards, you might lift it up and then exhale it back down. One more breath here. As we tuck the back toes, lift the back leg, remove any props that you have, and send the back leg all the way up to meet the front into a forward fold. Grabbing each elbow here, taking a gentle rock from side to side. And as we are rocking, we're just going to gently ease ourselves up to standing. So side to side, but also a little bit upwards each time. Coming once again into our standing pose. Arms come down by the sides of the body. Feet slightly wider than hip width apart, just to give you a really stable, rooted, grounding feel. And again, closing your eyes if it feels comfortable. Rooting down, grounding through your feet. Letting the earth support you. Taking one more inhale and exhale here, long breaths. And then slowly staying here or beginning to pedal out through the feet. You might want to bring your feet a little bit closer in here. Really finding that playfulness through movement. As kids, we probably used to do this all the time. And somewhere along the way, social norms came into the structure and stopped us. So finding that childlike joy. And then bringing both feet all the way back down. We're going to take those rolls up and down through the spine one more time. So arms come all the way up above our heads, palms meet above our heads. And then as we slice all the way down through our center, really slowly our spine's going to come all the way down towards the earth as we fold forwards. Inhaling really, really slowly, rising all the way back up. Shoulders come up, back and down, arms following that movement forwards, through and up. Palms together, exhaling, slicing down the middle. You got this, you know it. Twice more. And as we come up for the last time, we're going to come down to the earth one more time and then pause when we are all the way down. Again, making sure you are at the short edge of your mat if you are not already. And stepping both feet out to plank and lowering all the way down straight away. And here we want to grab a pillow, bolster, whatever you have to hand, and just place it to the side of you. I'm going to do the right side first. It doesn't really matter if you do the left, but I'll be cueing the right. Okay, so option here to relax all the way down, creating a pillow for your forehead with your hands, and coming into a traditional crocodile pose. And your options are to stay here and really relax into the earth, letting the ground support your entire body. Or if it feels good today, gently bringing your pillow close to the side of your body, maybe gently, slightly touching, bringing one leg, right leg, up onto the pillow. Could be 90 degrees or slightly less. And then the right elbow is just going to come onto the top of the pillow. If you've got cushions, you might want to grab one for the knee, one for the elbow. And relaxing down your head to the earth. Again, there is an option here to have your knee and elbow out to the side and to remove the pillow completely. Sometimes that's more comfortable, it's less extension. So wherever you are, letting yourself sink into the earth and be supported. Closing your eyes, letting go of the need to do. Really, all you need to do is be. We're going to be here for a few more breaths, so if your mind is wandering, gently bringing your awareness back to your breath. Your awareness back to the subtle movement that comes with it. Gently extending your leg all the way out long if it's bent. And bringing your arm that's out to the side underneath your head, creating that pillow, coming back into your crocodile pose. Again, option to stay here or to bring your pillow round to the other side of your mat, to the other side of your body, the left side. Again, just gently touching and bringing your left knee up onto the pillow and your left elbow either to a separate cushion or the top of the pillow. Relaxing your head all the way down to the earth. Shuffling around, making sure every part of you feels supported. If you're feeling you're having to hold any parts of your body, maybe gently grab something to put underneath it. And again, closing your eyes, sinking down into the earth. Taking one more breath here. And then extending your leg all the way out, bringing your left arm under to make a pillow for your head again. We're gonna remove your pillow / bolster if you have one. Just leave it out to the side of your mat. You will need it again in a second. Other than that, pushing yourself slowly up into seated. And we're gonna extend our legs out long in front of us. I'm gonna move that so you can see me. And we're just gently going to pick up one leg, bend the knee in, planting the foot approximately next to the knee. I'm doing right leg first, bending it up. And as we bring our left arm to meet our right leg, right arm's going to come all the way around into a twist, just as we did at the start. And taking a few breaths in and out here. Maybe noticing if it feels any different than it did at the beginning. Maybe the urge to twist round even further is slightly less. One more breath here. And as we exhale, extending that leg all the way out long, untwisting. We're going to bring the left knee up, planting the left foot down. Right arm comes all the way to meet our right knee, left knee. And left arm comes all the way back into a twist. Again here, making it really gentle. Taking a couple of breaths. And then as we next exhale, we're going to untwist and send our leg all the way out in front. I'm going to take a really, really gentle fold forwards, ever so slightly, and then coming all the way up again. And making sure there is enough space behind you to lie down. If you want to grab a pillow to support your head, feel free to do that. I'm going to use mine to support my legs, which I would encourage you to do. But if you do have a spare one, feel free to put it under your head. As we roll backwards all the way down. And we're slowly going to bring our knees into the chest. Gentle rock from side to side. And here, bringing our hands to our knees, circling round. One way and then the other. And then coming into stillness. I'm going to extend our arms out to a T shape. Grabbing the pillow that should still be at the side of your mat. And bringing our legs all the way down to meet the pillow, tucking the bottom leg underneath the pillow, top leg on top. Arms are out in a T shape, so both shoulders are glued to the ground as much as they can be. As we come into a twist. Again, feeling free to close your eyes here. Otherwise, letting yourself sink further into the ground with each exhale. Gently, in a second, bringing the pillow out from between our knees. And we're going to bring the knees up into the center and all the way over to the other side, bringing your pillow with you all the way over to the other side. Again, tucking the bottom leg underneath, top leg on top. Arms are still out in a T shape, shoulders are still glued to the mat. And here, making sure that any parts of your body that don't feel supported have something underneath them. Even if that is just the earth. Feeling free to close your eyes here. Again, if your mind is prone to wandering, gently guiding it back towards the breath. Seeing how much attention you can pay to each inhale and exhale. Noticing the subtle movements that go along with it. Sinking down into the earth. And gently flicking your eyes open. Removing the pillow out from between your knees. Leaving it at the side of the mat again to grab in a moment as you bring your knees up into center. Giving one last gentle rock from side to side. Before extending one leg out long and then the other. Grabbing your pillow or bolster and tucking it under your knees. And here you might choose to grab a blanket and gently drape it over yourself. Really, as we prepare for our final relaxation, grabbing anything that you need to make yourself feel comfortable, whether that be another pillow for your head or a jumper or any comfort items that you might want. So fidgeting as much as you need to make sure that you are comfortable. Gently closing your eyes here or lowering the gaze. Paying attention to how you feel now, maybe compared to the start of the practice, maybe compared to before the practice. Letting yourself sink into that relaxation. Allowing yourself to just be. You have nothing to do. Allowing the ground to support you here. And if your mind is starting to wander, seeing how much attention you can pay to all the parts of your body that are in contact with the earth. Maybe slowly naming them one by one in your head. Thanking the earth for supporting you in this moment. Staying here for another minute. Really relishing the last of this relaxation. And slowly preparing to wake up a little bit. Taking a gentle wiggle of your fingers and toes. If you feel ready to start flittering your eyes open, feel free. Otherwise, rolling onto your right side. Tucking your right arm under your head as a little pillow. And then when you're ready, again, feel free to stay down on the ground. But when you're ready, making your way up into a seated position. And as we end our practice, I'll invite you to take one last deep breath as we inhale. Arms come all the way out and up. Palms meet above the head. And come all the way down to the heart on the exhale. Bowing the head down to the hands. Thanking each other and everyone who's practicing this. Thank you for joining me for today's practice. I hope you really enjoyed it, and meet me back on the mat soon.